ba da 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 ba 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 da be. Hold me all of what was worth. So when it comes to be my turn. Hello everyone, hello, 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 Helly, hello, Azvathan, hello, Booba, hello, Burrito, hello, I don't care, hello, Astro, hello, Siga, hello, Queso, hello, Shifty, hello, Johnny Silverhand, no one I see here, Shepherd, Keck, Black, Critical, looking for heals, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, everyone? Booba, I'm about to fucking throw you in a lake. Yo, what's up, Gray? What's up, guys? Dude, sorry I took so long to start. I was not prepared for the mem test. Okay, so for those who might not know, I've been having driver issues, but it's also, I don't think it's like, it's not AMD. There's like a couple things that have been happening randomly, and like I've been able to figure out most of them. Like the other day, so I downloaded a software, so you guys remember like when I did like that tried to do painting stream, you guys were like, oh, it looks like you painted your nails because your hands are like, your nails are so pink. I'm like, oh, it's because my webcam's like coloration's fucked up, but let me download the software for the camera or the webcam so like it doesn't like fuck up like my skin color so I look like I'm fucking pink. And then that was fucking causing issues. And then like after a day of pondering it, I figured out what the issue was. And it was a Logitech software that I downloaded. And I've been getting like random driver pop-ups saying like, oh, your driver timed out while you were gone basically. But like then I'm not getting any logs out of it. So I'm like, what the fuck is causing the issue? Because like if it was a GPU issue, it'd be popping up in the logs, right? Because that's like, it just does. That's just my experience with it at least. And from what I've read online, like it just pops up. So I'm like, and I'm not getting any crashes either. So it's really fucking weird. So I'm like, okay, last night I updated my BIOS, which was kind of scary because my PC froze at the BIOS screen and I was like, this is terrifying. I restarted the PC, popped up fine, did all that, put back all my settings. Then then after that, I was like, oh, I'm gonna do the mem test tomorrow morning because I know it's a long test, but I thought it was like an hour-long test, not a fucking 4-hour-long test over here. Holy shit, I would have not done it if I knew that. And that's just on me because I didn't research it properly. If it borks, it's forever. Not forever. No, not every motherboard, Shifty, because my motherboard has a double BIOS. If it has a double BIOS, it doesn't have an issue. Yo, what's up, guys? Hello, effing stock. Hello, hello, hello. I can't say. I need to get up early for it. Bye, bye, Burrito. Have a good flight, my dude. You have a great rest of your day. To be fair, you have a lot of memory. That is true. But so I've been talking to, if you guys probably seen them, Krigi. Oh, speak of the devil, right there. Fucking, I was speaking to them about it and they gave me some good ideas on what it, like more, like if I still get more issues on what it could be, I have a pretty good idea. Cause actually another thing I did yesterday was Windows tends to give you whatever driver they have like on hand, and sometimes it's not a good driver. So I went into my settings and I disabled Windows from basically giving me drivers. I'm like, no, you can't give me drivers anymore because I think you're giving me a bad driver. So I went ahead and disabled that, and then I did DDU. Well, in this case, I use AMD Utility Cleaner, which basically just cleans out your PC of all AMD drivers. Just complete like restart. Did that, and plus the mem test and the BIOS update. So now we'll see if we get any more crashes. Hoping for the best here. Because it feels really niche, but I'm hoping one of those fixed it. We did a mem test on a server with 2 terabytes of RAM. Took 2 weeks. Jesus fucking Christ, dude, that's insane. I'm so glad I don't have any problems with my PC. The thing is, don't fucking spray me, Silkworm. How dare you? Maybe you're a bad driver. Hey, I've never actually, no, I did get into a car accident one time. I've only gotten into 1 car accident in my life. Well, let me phrase that. I've gotten into a lot of car accidents. Only 1 was my fault. The other ones, I was not driving, so they were not my fault. Think about the spray bottle. It's very refreshing. Gotta clean the peep. Excuse me, the peep. What the hell are you talking about? But yeah, so I actually really like fixing PC stuff, like for those who have been here for a while, you've probably heard me talking about it. I used to go on Reddit and help people fix their PC stuff. Because I just love fixing PC things. I love troubleshooting. I love troubleshooting stuff. I really think it's really fun and enjoyable personally. Oh my god, again. I think it's really enjoyable. I think it's really fun to troubleshoot. Oh my god, Gray, why you want it so bad? Gray, why? No words, only puppy. That's what it feels like. Good shot. I'm gonna beat your ass. Same with you, Gray. But yeah, so like I love troubleshooting stuff. Like I would go on Reddit and just help people troubleshoot their stuff. I love doing it. It's really fun in my opinion. But I've never done Memtest before. I knew how it works. I know what it does, but I just didn't realize how long it takes. I just thought it was gonna be like an hour at most. I'm like, oh, I could spare an hour in the morning. Fuck yeah. Keep in mind, I started the test at like 10 a.m. this morning. I woke up around 9. I was gonna lay in bed for a bit more, but I was like, nah, I should just get it over with. I'm like, okay, let me do this. But I passed the test, so awesome. Wow, bad dog then. You know what? I don't care. Oh, whim spam, really? You could eat me all you want. Oh my god, I gotta bark, don't I? Whim spam, why you do this to me? I gave you 2 extra barks. Fuck. That was it. Oh goddamn, whatever. Having the stream background noise, suddenly hearing panting is something. Oh, I could imagine. I could imagine. I could imagine. That's a thing. But yeah, so like I don't know. Oh my god, I almost fell on my fucking chair. I missed my armrest. So we're gonna just kind of have to see what happens if you know, if we have more issues or not. Because like I said, it's weird because I'm not getting any crashes. I'll just get a random pop-up. Even like on for example, like my last stream, I had the pop-up of, oh yeah, your AMD GPU driver crashed, but like stream was still going. I was still playing the game. Like nothing happened. I just said, oh, AMD's driver crashed, but like crash or stream didn't crash. Nothing happened in event viewer. It's just really weird. Yo, what's up, Automatic? I don't really know, to be honest. Obviously I can't stream super long today because like I still have work I gotta do afterwards, and I gotta take my dogs on a walk. I gotta do my Python lesson of the day, which I've been learning Python on the side. Unfortunately I just started streaming really late. Because of it, which wasn't intentional. But it's unfortunate. So we'll probably just hang out and talk. I don't think we'll play any games, maybe. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, welcome, Automatic. Yo, what's up, Northgard? Isn't this exactly what Northgard Helsing predicted? What do you mean? Predicted what? What are you using to learn Python? Udemy. There's a class that I bought like almost a year ago, and I started doing it, but then that's when I got like laid off from my job when I used to work. Well, maybe not a year ago. It was probably longer than that. I don't fucking remember. It was like maybe a year and like a couple months. But I started taking the course, and it was a really good course from like what I've been doing it. It was a really good course. I just stopped doing it because it was very time consuming. And I was just actively trying to figure out like, oh shit, I got laid off. I need to figure out something. Yo, what's up, Bloody? What's up, Riri? Hello. But yeah, now that now that I kind of more like centered, I'm trying to basically learn it because I've always wanted to learn Python. I think Python is really fun too. How are you doing other than the PC problems? I'm doing pretty good. Can't really complain. Oh my god, I had a crazy ass stream last night. Yeah, this is a really good song, isn't it? I had a crazy ass stream last night where I basically was in middle school, but like I had my memories from like today, right? Or my like current memories. So I was like, oh shit, I went back in time. Oh my God, I'm gonna become like a millionaire. I'm gonna invest in Bitcoin. I'm gonna like put things in Nvidia stock. Like I'm gonna like do this and that. Like holy shit, like I have like all my current memories and I'm in middle school again. I can't believe I went back in time. That's insane. And like I basically like, it was really boring though. Cause like the dream, like that was the only like crazy part because the actual dream was kind of boring. I literally had to be in class as a middle schooler being taught English again, and I'm just like, oh my God, this is fucking annoying as hell. The optimism for securing an IT job is tragic in hindsight. Oh yeah, and getting an IT job right now I think has one of the highest unemployment rates. I think it's like 7% unemployment. Trust me when I say I'm not trying to get an IT job, but I would like to have like, how to explain it? I would like to have more things under my belt that I can use for myself, because the reason I want to learn Python is like I just honestly just want to build things. Literally, like Python is amazing for building things. So I just want to build things, not maybe gaming stuff, but just stuff in general. Like I would love to like learn it so then I could like build stuff, right? That's kind of like the mindset I'm going with. Give me one second, my dog wants to leave. Doggo, why you do this? Yo, Shin, what's up, Shin? 1 second, I gotta turn off my candle. It's starting to get kind of warm in my room. Boom. Upskilling never hurts, that's what I'm saying. He's gay. Basically was in middle school. He said gay, what? It's weird that where the most normal thing I was wearing was earrings. That was most of your emotes. Wait, really? That's kind of funny, actually. I like that. Reminds me of the conspiracy about the lottery being an event to catch time travelers. I've never heard of that conspiracy, but I like that. Because I just started in school, yeah. I mean, it's not impossible. Like from what I've heard now, when it comes to IT jobs, and I know actually a bunch of people in IT jobs, is that like at this point, what you want to have is like projects under your belt. Because I actually know a dude, he makes a fucking stupid amount of fucking money, like stupid amount of money. And he never went to college for it. Fun fact. He was in the military and that's where he picked it up. He just, he told me the story where basically they needed a guy for X, Y, and Z and it didn't matter if you didn't know. And he just volunteered for it and he just started doing it and he got transferred to like that department when he was in the military. And then he came out and he just got a 6-figure job like right out of the military. And like, trust me, well, I've never seen certificates. He has the money to back it up. I'll say that much. Like the shit this guy buys is actually kind of insane. I went to get into computer science growing up and immediately got hit with a garden gnome because now everyone's getting fired. Yeah. Python's not forbid because of the amount of everything you have to import for things that should be standard. It's a really good programming language though. I like it. I mean, it seems like it's, I mean, what are you talking about building stuff? If you're talking about gaming, no, C++ is the best for gaming. But like Python is one of the most balanced out languages where you can kind of use it for everything though. We love it when hosting. You said Jeanette, did I? I don't think I said, did I say that? Yo, what's up, Angelica? Anya, hello, Anya. Hello, Anya. Hello, Anya. Oh, else you're having a great day because mine was hot and tired. It's kind of hot today, but I'm also wearing sweatpants and I'm wearing a hoodie, so that might be on me actually. Yo, what's up, Bajarni? I applied for a job that should pay 20. Nice, dude. That's awesome. Good for you. Yo, hi, Danger. Hello, Danger. Hello. Okay, but what is balance to you? I mean, it's not what it is to me. It's kind of just what it is, right? That's why like Python is kind of mandatory for a lot of IT stuff. Again, I'm not going for IT stuff, but it is good for like building stuff. If you want to program stuff into like, I don't fucking know. Like I want my door to open up automatically for me. You could program that in. I mean, balance in the sense that it's good for everything. You could do basically anything with it. It might not be the most practical thing for certain things, but you could do it for like everything basically. I wish there was like the military, but not like the military. I agree, Evie. I agree. Well, the thing about the military is that it's also like you have to go in with the right mindset. Because I've known people who go into the military thinking like, for example, like I knew a dude who got a perfect score on the ASVAB. but he decided to go infantry, and then came out of it like completely like messed up, PTSD, like a bunch of mental disorders, and like the VA just doesn't help him at all either, like doesn't cover a lot. So I think the military can be really good if you're going for it for the right reasons. Like as a person I mentioned before, like he went for like IT, learned Python, went a bunch of stuff, and now he like just immediately like left the military and immediately got like a 6-figure job, and he never went to college for it, and it's just because he just has so many things under his belt that he's done. I just no, I agree. I just I'm not hating on Python. I like and use it. Well, I mean, like I said, right? And for sums and integrals, well, I'm supposedly, isn't Python one of the best languages for math, since it has so many things built into it just made for math? And Python doesn't have built-in pi. Doesn't it? I think it does, doesn't it? Because it's literally like a language that was designed around math, I'm pretty sure. About hazing when he was at the VMA. Oh, I can imagine. I'm trying to get my experience, honestly. I've applied to like 50 jobs. Yeah, well, experience is the hardest part. Well, that's why like what it comes down to, at least for IT jobs, is just make projects, literally. No one really cares that much about certificates from what I've been told. And like, I don't want to go into too much detail about it, but because I like to separate like a lot, like my streaming life and more private life type things, if that makes sense. But like the people that I talk to, and I kind of play with them on a pretty regular basis, three of them, like they used to work at the same company. 2 of them work at a separate company now, and the other one stayed at the other one. But yeah, no, one of them's a Python addict, or like they know like 4 different languages, and they just love like programming rather. They're a programming addict. The other dude, security IT professional, and the other one's also an IT security professional. And one of them, the one I was referring to, just never went to college for it. And I've asked them questions about it. Not that I'm looking for an IT job or not, because I'm kind of good on that. Not really else you can import math, also from the math part or something, but you still have to import it. Okay, then let me ask you that, what is the best language for that then, for math? But even then, if you can just import it, I don't think that's a big deal though, right? Wait, so there will never be a Dottie subscriber barbecue? What do you mean a barbecue? I'm down to do a barbecue. I love barbecues. Barbecues are so good. Yo, I don't care. Thank you for the 6 months, my dude. Thank you for the 6 months. Thank you, thank you. Oh wait, what is this song? The fuck? Why did this get recommended? Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Thank you for the 6 months. Thank you for the six months. Thank you for the six months. Thank you for the six months. But you want to keep life, and I do. Well, that's why I didn't go. I don't want to go into too much detail, because I do like to keep that. Like I actually don't know that I stream or anything like that. Like I said, I like to try to keep things very separated if possible. But it's also good for machine learning, like AI bots and stuff, just learn someone's calculations. Yeah, well, that's what I mean. I'm pretty sure like Python was made around like for like math. I mean, I know there's like other languages too. Like I think there's another one called like I think there's like Julia, I think it's called. I know there's like a couple other ones too. But like from what I've seen, is Python is the best general like math one, you know? You have to find the library. It tends to be math and spicy, but math, Plolib for graphs is fun. OS and lets you clear terminal like OS is dot system. Gotcha. More like no, I don't think. Well, I guess there are gay AIs, yeah. I mean, yeah, I mean, I imagine so. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's what I mean. Like, I think that Python is like good for general stuff. For oh my god, my dog wants to come back in now. But there's probably like other languages that are more like focused on specific things. I imagine. It's really used by every data scientist. Python, yeah, that's true. Okay, let me open up the door for her again, because if not, she'll be at the door scratching away. All right, let's go, doggo. Come back in. Just so in 5 minutes you're like, I want to leave. Yo, what's up, Yuka? Hi, Yuka. But yeah. But more than anything, I think it'd be fun to like program stuff. Like there's a video that I saw on YouTube like maybe a couple weeks ago, and he's a famous YouTuber. I will never forget his name. He like pops up on my feed every so often. But basically, he made a script where whenever his girlfriend would get needy and text him, he would have like an automatic prompt just get texted to him, and I think that'd be fucking hilarious shit like that to do. Or like the automatic door, that's where I got the idea from too, from this guy. I think it'd just be fun. I put all my time into learning Excel. Dude, I don't like Excel. Excel for me is like weird. Best place to program is definitely in Desmo's graphing calculator. Why do you say that, Gray? But yeah, Michael Reeves, yeah, that guy, yeah, Cordova, yeah, exactly that guy. Also, yeah, welcome to the stream, my dude. Welcome. Yeah, I love that guy. Yeah, he's pretty cool. He pops up on my feed like every so often, and I don't dislike his videos. I say that because it's a joke, but oh, okay. I was gonna say, I'm like, why do you say that? I'm like, that's kind of out there, but I'm like, I'm open to it. Or, you know? I'm like, why do you think that? Please do tell. Yeah, well, I think that's probably the case. I've only ever had to use it like maybe max under 10 times ever. And every time I've used it under those 10 times, I've just been hella confused by it. I was like, what the fuck? Like one time I tried to set up a budget for myself in Excel, like like a budget, but honestly, I'm like, this guy, like it got to the point where I was just like, this is fucking stupid. I don't need to do this. I just give myself a limit every month. And if I just stay within that limit, and that's all I need to do. Easy. Like, I don't need to like do this, like calculate this, and like, no. Was the guy build a compass that points to the nearest, like, oh, I like that, Heels. I like that. That's actually kind of funny. Brain fuck though. You just want to calculate, use Wolfram Alpha? What the fuck? Are those actual programming languages? No, I don't think it doesn't feel like they are, but I wouldn't be surprised either. How are you? I'm doing pretty good, Yuka, honestly. I'm not started stream really late today. I mean, we're gonna have to do a short stream today, which is unfortunate, but that's kind of on me. I just completely miscalculated how long Memtest takes. Yeah. Alpha is a website. Oh, is it? Is a historic programming language. It was a calculator website. It's a fucking amazing. That sounds interesting, huh? I'll have to bring that up to my like to the programming fiend, because I remember one time I started talking like slight programming with them, and they started going off the deep end. I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about anymore, because they have like an obsession. Like the other day I was hanging out with them, like this was a couple like last week, and this guy just like gets into like not a rant, but like a very passionate talk about how he thinks he can optimize this program. Like I'm not sure what he was talking about, but like his coworker, which is also my friend, knew what he was talking about. He's like, I think I can get it from 12 minutes down to 5 minutes easily. And I was like, what? And then like my friend, he explains like is like, oh, he's a programming fiend. He just loves to optimize programming shit. And I was like, oh. Yeah, what's up, Khan? I love how he butchered every word in my sentence. Yeah, yes, I will. I 100% will. If so, I'm also just like fucking have so much coffee on in me right now because I wasn't like I literally like my happens to me is my brain just like slows down a lot when I'm not doing anything, and I'm like it just like if I'm not doing anything, I just go into like nap mode basically. So like making sure I want to make sure I didn't fall asleep while waiting for the fucking mem test. So I was just like, all right, time to fucking down cups of coffee. Esoteric, like a joke. It's not meant to be good. It's meant to be stupid. It only has 8 syllables. Oh. Pfft. Also, Desmos and Geobra are also really good for math stuff. Ooh. If so, we can just hang out on YouTube or something. Oh yeah, I guess we could watch videos. I kind of wanna just talk to you guys, but we could watch videos if you guys want. Do you drink your coffee hot or cold? Both. I don't really have a preference. Like, let me rephrase that. I don't like having iced coffee if it has actual ice in it. I can't stand iced coffee having ice because it just gets too watery, like way too watery at one point, and I don't like the taste of watery coffee. But like a lot of times, like if it's a hot day, I'll have like I always have coffee in my fridge and I'll pour it out, and if it gets room temperature, I have no problem with that. Or vice versa. If it's like hot coffee and at some point gets like room temperature, I have no problem with that either. I could drink it either or. Let's watch Marble Olympics. The hell is Marble Olympics? Sensitive little boy on beer ass. Same when same. I should have read my book, honestly. I binge read a fucking manga today. I have 100 chapters while waiting on the mem test. But I should have finished up this book. I keep telling you, I'm gonna finish it. I have 50 pages left, but I just haven't finished it. What's a mem test? Mem test is a test that tests your RAM basically, for any errors. And it passed with flying colors. Like literally didn't even get a single error. So if I still have issues, I could definitely say it's not my RAM. I've been playing a ton of Red. I never got into that game. I kind of want to try it again one of these days. Because I remember when I got it back, I think it was on PS4 when it first came out. And I just never got into it. I just got really bored like really quickly. I only played like 2-3 hours and I just couldn't I just got bored playing it. As meme test? Okay, that's funny. Can you do a cowboy accent? I don't think I can. Yo, what's up, Hunt? Are the parodies of the Olympics, but what are they though? I always had issues with XMP. Well, how far like this is my specialty. I know a lot of shit about this. How much like well one what CPU do you have? What motherboard do you have? And like how high are you running your RAM at? Hey Dad, yo, what's up, Pants Boy? No, you're good. I'm the one who's late. I started stream like 2 hours late basically. Arthur, we need more. It picks up after that. I mean, probably, yeah. I mean, I've just heard amazing things. So like, I'm definitely gonna say I'm in the minority here. Like, I've heard amazing things. Everyone talks amazingly about it. I mean, didn't it like win Game of the Year? I think. Like, I'm in the minority when I say I don't like it, and I acknowledge that. I acknowledge that my opinion is not the correct opinion, but I just didn't enjoy it. You know what am I supposed to say? Had the issue. Oh my god, my dog wants to leave now, dude. I'm gonna go throw my dog in a lake somewhere. Doggo, why why can't you make up your mind? Either you stay in my room or you leave. Why do you keep going back and forth? You pick and choose. Is it you want to go outside? Let's go outside. All right. Do your dogs, they speak Spanish? Oh my god, I just hit my mic, I'm so sorry. Your dog is bipolar, you're not wrong. But it doesn't grab me. Personally, I'm not a fan of the subject matter. I mean, I think the scenery, I think the graphics are gorgeous. I just did not care for I just didn't care for the gameplay. I was just really bored playing it. Dottie's also a dog? That's crazy. should be that can afford a revolving door. Well, the problem with a revolving door is like I wouldn't be able to. I would have to take apart my current door and put that in. Red Dead Redemption we're talking about. But are you gonna see Fantastic Four? Probably, but whenever it comes, like I probably won't watch it in theaters. I'm not too interested. You know what? Actually, movie I am a little bit interested in watching is a new Superman movie, but I'm waiting for that to come out because I like the problem with is like there are movie theaters, but they're all dubbed in Spanish, and I can't stand when languages aren't dubbed in the original. Okay, so Northgard, I just found your problem. XMP is Intel, so the RAM that you have, Northgard, is meant for Intel CPUs, not AMD. Expo is for AMD. XMP is for Intel. So I just found your problem. I actually made the same mistake recently, but not like it was that's like I meant Expo. It has both. It has both. So it could be then, Northgard, that have you updated the BIOS on your actually I think we might have the same RAM actually now that I think about it, because that's the new RAM that I have actually right now, 64 gigabytes. Well, let me ask you, when you enabled Expo, what did it put it up to? Did it put it up to the 6,000? Or did it put it past higher? Because like the nice spot for AMD is 6,000. Anything past that kind of gets unstable. Yo, what's up, Stuttergod? Hi, Stuttergod. Hello, Stuttergod. And then also, what motherboard do you have? And did you check to see if your motherboard can handle it? Because sometimes like motherboards can only handle up to like 4800, for example, but you got to update the BIOS. Like, so for example, like my default BIOS on my motherboard that I have could only go up to 5200, right? But when I first got it like a year ago, I updated the BIOS and it can do up to supposedly 6400. Never tried 6400, only went up to 6000. I think 6,000, and it couldn't reach 6,000. Well, no, it's never going to reach 6,000 without Expo. You can only get like the max whenever you get like RAM on like whatever, and it says the speed on the top right corner. That's only if you enable XMP for Intel or Expo, right? You'll never get the advertised without enabling that, basically. Yo, bye, Angelic. Have a good one. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for coming to say hi. I only go to cinemas for horror movies. I don't know. I just like, I've been having a hard time going to the movies. So like, my pet peeve is the only movie theater we have nearby is only Spanish dub. And I can't stand like watching shows when it's not and it's an original language. I just like the mouth doesn't line up with what they're saying, and it like drives me crazy. So I just can't like watch movies. But I stopped going to the movie theater once I moved out to like the middle of nowhere, basically. So I just don't go to the movie theater anymore, basically. Like when I lived in the city, I would go. Like when Deadpool came out last year, I actually told I really wanted to watch that in the movie theater, and I had my dad come with me, and I told him, I was like, we're watching this, but we're gonna go into the city for this movie. I'm not gonna like watch it here. And he's like, honestly, that's valid, relatable. And I was like, yeah, it is. But yeah, Northgard, I would check your BIOS. Check it, like, so the way you would want to check it is type in system information on this bar, bring that up, see the BIOS that you have, and then just check the BIOS on like the main, type in your motherboard into Google, then whatever you have should pop up. Then you go into like the BIOS and see details on like whatever BIOS you have and see what it supports. I'll do it with you. I love doing this shit. So let's take a look at it together. Let me pull it up here. I'm a geek for this shit. I just love doing this shit. It's bad. I have a bad problem with this. Okay. So, this is a tech support stream, guys. We're gonna do some tech support for today on stream. Okay. So this is the motherboard that you have, right? And let's go ahead and we're gonna go into this. We're gonna go into support, and then we're gonna go into BIOS, okay? Not sure which BIOS you have, but this is the ones you're gonna see. You don't have to update to the newest one. I usually don't. I just kind of read for whatever I necessarily need, right? Because sometimes there's just kind of updates that I just don't need, right? But for example, like this one, right? Supports all like I'm assuming all like RAM, right? So I'd probably like, if you want to update your BIOS, I'd probably just do this one, honestly. But you could kind of like look around to see if there's like a specific one you're looking for BIOS wise. If you're comfortable doing that yourself. If not, you could probably take it to a computer shop and they'll do it maybe for like $50. And then you just download it, you put it on a thumb drive, or what you can do is, like, when I first started doing this, like updating BIOS and stuff, and I wasn't comfortable with it, I would go into YouTube, I'd copy it, type it in here, BIOS update. And then you'll probably find a video on how to do it, like this one right here, this one, this one, this one, and then just watch the video and they'll teach you how to do it. Yeah. I'm pretty methodical when it comes to this stuff, because when I built my first PC, I didn't have a single issue. That's also because I'm very methodical when it comes to this. Like, I'll watch 8 how to install your RAM videos to make sure I get it right. Maybe this should be done after stream, maybe. I just love troubleshooting stuff. I just love troubleshooting stuff. You're so confused about everything. That's okay. Just let it happen. Just let it happen. But it didn't fix it. Well, what BIOS do you have, Northgard? That's what you gotta find out. Check your BIOS that you have, the version that you have. Go on that website, see which one you have, see like what that BIOS does, because that BIOS might have not fixed it. You're right, because it wasn't like the updated version that you need. Is being throttled right now. All right, bye, Pants Boy. Have a good one. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you for coming by. Don't let me, because they were sure I'd screw things up. That's funny. This is fun. I like to export streams. That's what I'm saying, right? But yeah, I just love this stuff. I really enjoy PC stuff, like a lot. Okay, I might try it. Yeah, like I said, just look that up, compare it, or just, yeah, see what version you have. Because like, I'm pretty sure we have the same RAM, Northgard, and like my PC can run it at 6,000, but I also have the 7800 X3D, but like they're pretty similar. Like your CPU and my CPU are pretty similar, so you should be able to run it. So I would just check that. But I have an Asus motherboard, so that's the only difference. It's plugging the cable into HDMI. That's funny, man. Oh, 1 second, I got a package. Okay, I'm back. Oh my god, so busy. So busy, Izzy. Ba-da-da-da-da. Staring contest? Thank you for support. I'll give you 5 stars, please. And then, oh my god, now you're bringing back to the call center days. Oh my god. You know what we were required to do? When I used to work at the call center, where I got laid off, I did tech support for 3 years. I actually really enjoyed it. I mean, that job had good ups and downs, but you know what we were required to do at the end of our calls? Is be like, now you're gonna get a survey in your emails. If you could please put 5 stars and leave a comment on how I did today, I'd really appreciate it. And you know what was the most infuriating part about that? The most obnoxious fucking thing ever. And it sucks that people didn't know this, and we weren't required, like, we were not allowed to say this, by the way. We were not allowed to say this. But that survey was just on you, on the customer service as you as an individual, not on the service. Because I would get like comments pretty often about be like, oh, you know, Alex was an amazing like service rep. They did an amazing job. They fixed my internet after being out for like a month. They did an amazing job, but I hate your service. So they put 1 star. And you know, the 1 star isn't because of the service by the representative. It's because the actual service is horrible. And I'm like, that hurts me. That doesn't, like, this is literally only for reps. There's literally nothing about the service. And it would be so angry because like when you get 1 star, you were required then to have like a meeting with your supervisor. And like this would happen to me. Like it was pretty common for that to happen. And like my supervisor would then I would have to like, and it was pretty annoying for him too, because he was required to have that meeting. So then we would have like almost an hour-long meeting about how to improve things, even though I was always like a top performer in our fucking team or whatever. I would always get like top 3 no matter what. And so he's like it would just be, oh my God, it get brain I got a brain aneurysm. Name drop? Yeah, I've talked about my name before. I'm pretty open about my first name. I've said it in my ASMRs. I've said it on stream before. Your stream may be recorded for training. Yeah, right. Well, that's another issue too. Oh my God. There was a dude. There's a dude. I forget his name, dude. Oh my God. This guy was something fucking else. Holy shit. And I got him like throughout my 3 years, I got him like maybe 20 times, or actually no, sorry, in the last year I got him like 20 times. I was there for 3 years and he started popping up randomly. Like he just started like calling every day. So in our systems, we would have like, it would tell us if someone was called a chronic caller. It would appear on the top right corner. And to get that under your account, it basically meant you had to call more than 100 times in a fucking day. This guy was calling us 100 times in a day. What the fuck type of life do you have to spend like 30 minutes on wait to call us? Because we were always that busy. We always had like a 30-minute wait time. So he waited 30 minutes every day over 100 times to call us. And he'd always have the same fucking speech. He would say, "This is my name. Now, I demand that you transfer me to this number. This number is from a woman that I cannot communicate with. I demand that you transfer me to this call or to this woman." And then we'd have to explain, like, so the first time I got him, I explained to him, like, no, I can't do that. It's actually illegal for us to transfer to like another number that's not like within our thing, because let's say this guy has a like or the woman has a restraining order on him. Now we're like implicated in that, right? Because we transferred like him to that, like transferred it to her, right? So we're not allowed to do that, just period. So like the first time I explained to that, it wasn't an issue. After I started getting him more and more, well, actually, let me explain. The first time I got him, I explained it to him. He got upset. He yelled. He started getting upset, and then he started yelling profanities at him. The second time I got him, I just like, he started going in his speech, and I just said, you know, we can't do that. I cut him off. I'm like, you know, you can't do that. I'm not really sure you're calling again about this, but we can't do that. And he's like, listen to me, listen to you fucking bitch, listen to me right now. I demand that you do this. I will have you fucking fired. And just like lost his fucking marbles. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, this dude has a fucking problem. And then the last time I got him, he threatened to fine me and beat the fuck out of me. And like to call the cops on me too, which is wild. So I'm like, you're threatening to beat me, and and you want to call the cops on me? How the fuck does that work? I'm pretty sure you're the one who started it, not me. I don't think you'd win this in court of law. Dude, it was wild, man. It was fucking wild. Oh my God. This fucking guy. And like, that's not like, and this is like, yeah, he was a total psycho. And the thing is, like, he would just like hang up on you sometimes. Basically, like I just got to the point like where I was just kind of repeating the same things over and over to him. I'd be like, you know, I can't do that, you know, I can't do that, you know, I can't do that. And that would just like, I would purposely press his buttons. After like the third time I got him, I would just purposely press his buttons, because he was just a dude. He was just such an angry dude. And I remember like one time I told him, I'm like, what is going on with your life that you're just this angry? And he's like, well, you're not transferring me over. I'm like, because we can't do that. You know that. We told you this. We can't do that. It's wild that, yeah, well, I mean, that's what we're meant for, right? Like, we were, you know, when I worked there, we were getting paid in pesos, obviously, but we were getting paid to the equivalent of like $3 an hour. Like, we're not really there to get paid well, right? We're allowed to like, no, you're not, Bajarni. Like, we're just, no, I wish we were like South Korea. South Korea, fun fact, you get a $3,000 fine in their currency whenever you start yelling at a caller, like a call center worker type thing, which I think is kind of hilarious. I wish we fucking had that here, but nope, we just get fucking yelled at over and over. And it sucks. There was like another time too. There was one dude I still remember. This guy was off his rockers too. This guy went on a like 20-minute rant. I think he was from South Dakota. I'm trying to remember what, like, he was in the top left corner of the United States. Cause I remember having to like, I just need to like check out what the fuck, like what state he lived in. Cause this guy was also off his rockers, but he like, so our calls were supposed to be under 13 minutes. Each call is supposed to be under 13 minutes. So basically we're supposed to like fix their internet. And I had a 92% like success rate with that, or like, yeah, basically 92% of my calls were all under 14 minutes. Or 13, 12, whatever the time was. And one time I got this guy who was like, I don't even fucking, actually, no, I think it was longer than that, almost an hour. I don't know. Because I remember my supervisor got involved. And then my supervisor had to get involved. Because that's just how long the call was taking. But this guy went from talking about Nazis to how it should be legal to hit your children, and like about how like if all these things were implemented that he wanted, the world would be a lot better place, which is like a lot of fucked up shit. It was just like, I was like, and what ended up happening is that my supervisor actually ended up like cutting the connection, and like, I guess the call dropped. Oopsie daisy. So like whenever that happens at a call center, if like if like after like maybe like 20 minutes your call just randomly drops, it's not like the person on the phone's fault. It's probably their supervisor or their supervisor. The supervisor cutting the call, because like it just really fucks up the metrics basically. So yeah, he's basically insane. Yeah. What if a dog bites you in the middle of calling you next to yell? I don't think that. Why would I get bit by? Do you think I'm just working outside in the street? I'm surprised they even have an American call center. Well, that's another thing. Actually, that's another issue. Yo, bye, Laughing Stock. Have a good day. Thank you for coming by. Have a wonderful rest of your day. That's another thing. Like another thing is too. So as you can probably tell, I have a bit of an American accent. I have a like New England accent. That's what it's called, for those who might not know. And so I would get calls in. A lot of times with people, they wouldn't know I was from like, they wouldn't know I'm from Mexico. So they would start getting hella fucking racist too. Like hella fucking racist on call with me. And I'm like, and like at the first, like my first year, I was like, whatever, I would just take the bullshit. Oh, did someone else just ring the doorbell? Oh, someone did. 1 second. Oh my god. Oh my god, everyone decides to just fucking delivery on fucking Wednesdays, man. Mailman. Hey, you heard that barking? Yeah, that was all me, by the way. That was me. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh yeah, they would get hella racist on the call with me. And like the first year, I would just take it. But then after that, like after the first year of working there, I just gave no fucks. I would tell them like, just so you know, I'm not from the US. I hope you're aware of that. I'm from Mexico. Or I would just make up a country or whatever. And then they would get like, and they're like, well, can I speak to an American? And I'm like, yeah, sorry, let me just put the, I obviously have all the Americans on speed dial. Let me just transfer you to one. No, that's not how that works. So I would tell them like, no, I don't have an ability to do that. And they would get, some of them would go nuts. They'd get crazy about like, I demand to speak to an American. It is my American given right. And I'm like I lived in the, like, unless like my AP, what the fuck, what was the class? Fucking AP Gov class was incorrect. I don't remember anywhere in the Bill of Rights or in the Constitution saying that like, that's in like, that's your legal right. Yo, what's up, Eric? Hi, Eric. Hello, Eric. Yeah, thank you for the head pat. Thank you for the head pat. Welcome to the stream. We're talking about my call center stories. So like, that's another thing too. People would go crazy about. And there was like one lady I still remember. I like the first thing they say to like a lot of times when people like you could tell who's hella racist or not just by like the fact is when they first talk to you, their first thing they say is, "Are you an American?" And I remember this lady. I don't like she was like kind of racist but kind of not. But she would be like, that's the first thing that came out of her mouth. And I'm like, oh, I'm not from the U.S. And she's like, well, I can understand you at least, so I guess I'll take you. And I'm like, excuse me, you'll take me? What do you think this is? What? Oh my god, if I had the power to hang up on calls and not get in trouble, I would be doing it left and right, dude. How were they racist to you if they couldn't see you? What do you mean? You know they're talking, right, Evie? I think it's in the Fifth Amendment that says that. You think so? The Fifth Amendment? Yeah, you're probably right. What is people's problem? I don't know. It's the problem with like, and this is I want to say I read a study on this, but I also just might be like bringing this out of nowhere. The issue is that they don't have a way to actually get like yell at like a person who's actually in charge of this, right? Like for example, we had the number to their local like substation, right? Who like controlled everything. We were not allowed to give out that number. And we like if we gave out that number, it would be fired, like potentially fired on the spot. So they could only yell at us because like that's just how it works, right? I mean, who like when you get a call from maybe a credit card company or like you're having issues with either power company or internet, your first instinct is just to yell at the customer service rep you're dealing with. I think that's a completely normal reaction. That's like our initial emotions take over to do that. Because I've never yelled at a service rep. But I've had to catch myself where I'm getting so frustrated with this customer service rep, and I'm like about to raise my voice, and I'm like, no. I've worked this. It's not their fault. They're just following the policy. They're just trying to do their job. It's not their fault, you know. You couldn't pay me to swing. I'd swing back so hard and get fired in the first. That was actually a huge problem, Helsing. When the first time I went in training in there, a lot of people got fired because of that, because they just couldn't handle it. They couldn't handle getting yelled at. But it had its good moments too. Like I'm not gonna lie, like call center jobs suck overall. I don't think majority of them can handle it. That's why like they have a 70% like turnover rate. They have a really, really high turnover rate. But the issue, but not the issue, but like there was good moments. Like I think when like my satisfaction would be like, you know, a person who's had a lot of issues in the past, and I would get their internet fixed, and they're like, oh my god, you're amazing, and they would write out like a really good review for me. And or like there were times too, like we would use Microsoft Teams. And I would randomly like, and this is like on my last year, I would start getting this a lot because that's when I really like kind of knew the nuances of everything, what needed to be done to get this fixed. So it was like really straightforward for me. I started getting pop-ups on Microsoft Teams from like coworkers saying like, hey, this person, a lot of times I would get pop-ups from this person from like, a lot of these would like be newer workers who didn't really know the policy too well. Cause like, that's another issue. The training of a call center means jack fucking shit. Whatever training you got during that like week or 2 weeks, how much training you got means jack shit once you actually start doing it or start working it. Like, how do they know that you were Mexican? They didn't, but majority of the call centers are just, they're usually not American. I'm North American. Yeah. Well, that's actually, it's funny you say that, Queso. I actually used that one time. Someone actually said, oh, I don't want it from the US. Someone one time said, I want someone from North America. And I was like, Mexico is North America. And then they like lost their shit and hung up on me. But like, so that's the thing, Evie. A lot of times they didn't know with my accent, but they would start getting racist. They would talk shit about basically my coworkers who can't really, who have like a strong accent. When I used to work for a bank I have the thick Australian accent, but in like Aussie, and I got so many rural business owners. The racism was wild. Yeah, it was. Yeah, what's up, AO? Welcome. Or just yeah, I don't know. People just are, man. The thing is too, like, I think it has to do more with the fact too, like a lot of like, so I work DSL tech support, and DSL is like an old fashioned type of internet. It uses copper wires. Actually, let me put it this way. DSL uses copper wires, and it's basically phone wires. So a lot of times, a lot of these people would have, if they had DSL internet, they had phone internet, or they had phone basically together. So a lot of the places I worked with were rural areas. There's actually, it's kind of sucked. There was one lady I talked to. She was really nice. And I was trying to get her internet fixed up, and in the end, I had to send out like a text person to come take a look physically. But she moved from, I think it was like, fuck, I'm trying to remember. I think it was from like Georgia, like in the city, to like Kentucky, something like random like that. And she was talking about how like, oh, like I moved out here because like the prices were so cheap and low, but everything fucking sucks here. Like, the bathrooms don't work. And like, they don't know where the blockage is. And like the nearest like grocery store is almost an hour away, and the internet sucks here too. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, you know why it's so cheap now because of that, right? You know? The reason like cities are so expensive and like the reason they're population centers is because that's where all the infrastructure is, right? I can't fathom just like makes sense. I can't fathom it either. It's stupid. Racism is hella stupid. Like erasing debt from nice people during COVID. Needless to say, I did not keep that job for long. I know the feeling. I actually worked as a debt collector too, Siga. That was so in that same call center, I transitioned from working as a debt collector for like 2 years, or maybe like a year. I think I didn't last long either. I hated that job. To tech support. From tech support, after I get laid off, they offered some jobs as like a DirecTV. What's it called? DirecTV like sales rep. I would like just call people and be like, hey, do you want like DirecTV? Do you want more channels, basically? And I hated that job. I was not okay with like cold calling people there, because the way you would phrase it when talking to them is you made it sound like it was free. Basically, it was like along the lines of like, well, I have an amazing deal for you today. So just because you've been such a loyal customer of DirecTV, you're gonna get these 5 premium channels for an amazing bargain. And like you'll never and like a lot of times like you were told to kind of say it really quickly, so you could tell the people who didn't have good hearing or like weren't really like paying attention thought it was free, so they would agree to it, and then like. Yeah, and then you'd get like, then like you're basically taking advantage of people who are not paying attention. You couldn't get in trouble for that because that's literally what you were told to do, right? Was kind of do that. Like it was never explicitly said, but it was heavily implied basically by the things that you were told to do. And like I remember like during training we asked like, oh, like, you know, what happens if they like block that? And they're like, well, or if like they call their bank or like they say they don't want to get charged or whatever, they're like, well, that's not your problem anymore. As long as they agree to it on call and you say out the terms and conditions and they agree to it, that's not your problem anymore. You sold the package, that's not your problem. So I was just like, yeah, I don't know how I feel about that one. I didn't last that one. I lasted, I think, only like a week. That's why I don't even really consider it like a job or like me working at the call center, to be honest. Why don't you just say a lie and say I'm an American? Because I like pressing racist buttons. Because I don't know, like I don't, to be honest, I don't want to help racists, to be honest. Like low-key, that's kind of my issue. Like like I said, the first year I would just take it in the sense of like they can be hella racist and like I would say that I'm American and they would just be hella racist to like my coworkers basically. Saying how like terrible it was, is that like there's no Americans, like it's so hard to find an American, and like you're getting all these like, you know, they would start, you know, occasionally they would drop a slur. But like on the like after that, like after the first year, I just didn't want to help racists, to be honest. So I would just tell them, yeah, I'm from Mexico, and then they would like get upset and talk. They say, oh, I want to speak to an American, and then I'd be like, nope, there's no way to do that. There's no way to do that. And then, oh my god, then there is the funniest shit ever. Oh my fucking god, dude. Oh my god, I just remembered this. So this happened to me, like, are we doxing your old customers? We're not doxing my old customers. It's not like I'm giving out their information. I mean, I probably could if I really wanted to be honest. Like I could probably remember some addresses, but I'm not actually trying to dox someone. But this, okay, so this is, I just remember, it just gave me a fucking core memory from that, which I thought was fucking hilarious. And even me and my, like, this other supervisor, we had a fucking laugh about it. So we had an escalation line, and the way that worked is if a customer asked for a supervisor 3 times, you would just get them to the escalation line, no questions asked. So that's another thing. If you ever want a customer, if you ever want a manager, you got to ask 3 times. Bye Asvathan, have a good one, my dude. Thank you for coming. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Oh, that reminds me, Asvathan, for since you're you like horror games, right? We might be playing The Last of Us, Outlast 2 this Friday. Just kind of heads up. But yeah, have a rest of your day. I'll see you Friday. But okay, so this is the funniest shit ever. So call in, person goes, are you an American? I say no. And then they're like, they ask for a supervisor. Like I explained to them that there's no way for me to get them to like an American associate. That's just not a thing. Like we don't have the ability to do that. We literally don't even have extensions. That's just not possible. And then she wants a supervisor. Okay, thanks for the info. We'll do. Wait, you're the one who you really like Outlast, right? Or am I thinking of Armande? I'm gonna be thinking of Armande. Fuck, I don't know. It doesn't matter. The point is, going back to the story. This lady asks for a supervisor 3 times, and I'm like, okay, no problem. I pass her to my supervisor or one of my supervisors because in the escalation line, it's like full of like supervisors basically from different teams, and the guy that I get has the fucking strongest motherfucking like accent I've ever fucking heard in my life. Like I was having a hard time understanding him. And so like I pass it over the call to him, and then I stay on the line for maybe like 20 seconds, just kind of see what happens. And then like you could hear that silence of him introducing himself, right, in his like super thick accent, and she's just silent for maybe like 5 to 10 seconds, and then the fucking my manager goes, hello, are you still there? And she just responds with, can I speak to another manager? And then he goes like, no, that's not possible, sorry. And then after that, I'm not allowed to stay on the line, so after that I just like cut off the line. But oh my god, that was fucking amazing to hear. Why not? Because I can't. That's kind of against policy, Evie. You would get fired for that, Evie. But I don't think I've expressed fish. Okay, then I might be thinking of Armande. That's what I think it was then. Because I remember it was you or Armande. They're like, oh my god, yeah, this is my favorite part. I can't wait to like see you do this part and this part of the game. So it might have been Armande, who I was thinking of. Have you tried doing different? I know, Evie. No, I would get fired, Evie. I'm not, it's a job. I'm working a job, UV. I'm not trying to have like fun at the end of the day. Like if it's fun, if I have a fun time, great. But if I don't, it's a job, you know? You're confusing me with Azvathan? No, I'm pretty sure it was because I remember I think that was like a day that I was like, I didn't get a lot of sleep. And I remember, the only remember as I remember, I think it was our Monday, I'm pretty sure. I kind of want to message our Monday now. Yeah, not me, but I appreciate the heads up anyway. Okay, bet Azvathan. Well, I will see you later, Azvathan. You have a great rest of your day. Have a great week. I'll see you on Friday if I see you then, my dude. And say wee wee. No, that's not, no, Evie. Again, I'm not trying to get actually fired, you know. Would you get? Yeah, you would get fired. Yeah, it's Evie. It's a job. You work at a professional job, right? I think most jobs would be like that. Because when you're working at like a professional job, like you can't fuck around. Yeah, that's not very professional. Bats, rats. I can't call my customers assholes. Yeah, right? Oh my god, dude. I fucking wish I could just do that shit. Yo, thank you for the follow, the magical wizard of cheese. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the fall. La 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 la. Thank you for the follow. Ba 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 da da. Welcome, my dude. I love cheese. Cheese is a great food. Can you wait? Wizard of cheese. Can you summon cheese on demand? That is my question to you. Can you do that? Is that a skill that you have? Well, unfortunately, automatic. That's not how it works. Is on a phone. I almost actually got offered to work to do chats like the last month I was there, which I was really excited for. I'm like, oh my god, yeah, if I can get off calls and just do chat based like tech support, that'd be fucking amazing. And I passed all the criteria for it, but I just didn't hear anything for like a week, and then I got laid off. I was like, oh, I guess it's not happening. I guess I'm not doing chat based tech support anymore. I cast Wheel of Cheese. Eat a lot. Honestly, I'd be okay with that. I don't care. That seems amazing. If to make it sound real, no. I mean, that's great. That's your policy, but you get fired for that. Yeah, I want a wheel. Dude, wheels of cheese are actually really expensive, I feel like. Wheels of cheese are hella fucking expensive for what they are. Ba-da-da-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da. Ba-da. Ba-da-da-da-ba. Ba-da-da. Ba. Ba you body da ya 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 ah. Ya ya de na in zai yari 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 ya ya ya. Have you seen the competition where they yeah, dude, that's wild, Kriegy. Yeah, actually, let's play it. Dude, you know how wild those are? Like, how many of you guys have seen that shit? That shit is fucking wild. Like, I am surprised people don't go to the hospital. Wait. Chase, cheese, downhill. Like, that is some wild... Oh, wait, what is that? Oh, that's 4 months ago. That is some wild shit. Like... here. Da we da by being time. Like that's some wild shit. Like look at this. Like that looks painful. Like like I have a torn ACL on my right knee. I just tore all the other ligaments in my knee. Like they just chased cheese down a fucking hill. Like this is too much for me. I'd be this guy up here. I'd be this guy up here just sliding down my butt. Like that's so fucking wild, dude. I don't know what the prize is, but like, yeah, I know, right? Brain damage. Oh wait, I probably have it really loud. Brain damage. Have you had any customers flirt with you? Nope, never had that. Haven't people died from this? I wouldn't be surprised. Where cheese is cheap as hell. Isn't the price cheese? Is it? I don't know, actually. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. But it just looks so painful. The price is a wheel of cheese, duh. It looks fun. I mean, it does. You're not wrong. But that just, I feel like that just hurts my knees. Like my knees just feel hurt when I see that. Like that just seems painful to me, dude. Like I don't know what to say other than that just feels painful. Like I see that and my like my bad knee just hurts. Into penguin mode when participating. No, I'd probably like scoop my butt down the hill. I wouldn't actually let myself fall. It just looks too painful. Knees. You keep the cheese? I'm assuming so, but like how expensive could that cheese be? I mean, I know there's some pretty expensive cheese out there. Like when I used to work at the fine dining place, there was a piece of cheese or like slice of cheese we would have that was like going $95 per slice, and then if you wanted that in your pasta, we'd ask you like how much you wanted, and then we had like a chart we would pull out to explain like the pricing of it. I doubt it's more expensive. I don't know, there's some expensive ass cheeses, man. I know the maggots one. The fungus one, like blue cheese. I love blue cheese. Blue cheese is really good. But the maggots one, that one's actually illegal in most countries. It's a wheel. You could have chosen a nicer hill. That's another thing too, Automatic. You're not wrong. But like, I would never do that. Blue cheese is nasty. Why? I love blue cheese. Blue cheese is delicious. Blue cheese is the best way to eat your like buffalo wings. Oh my god, I love buffalo wings and blue cheese. Oh my god, my mouth just waters at that. It better be illegal. Yeah, I mean it's illegal in a lot of countries because not all countries, but in a lot of countries. I think there's like one European country that still makes it, but it's because I wonder why, right? It's probably because well, the reason they're banned is because you get sick and a lot of people die from it when it used to be more commonplace. You're not burning. Oh yeah, anything there? I don't really know what it's called here. Let me look it up now. I'm curious. The cheese with maggots. Puns? I didn't get it. Oh, it's called the Kasu Marzu. Known as the grub or maggot cheese. It's a traditional Sardinian cheese made from the sheep's milk containing live insect larvae. And it's made to ferment the process, breaking down the cheese fats and giving it a soft, creamy texture and a strong, pungent flavor. The cheese is considered dangerous and is due to potential health risks associated with consuming live maggots, which can cause intestinal lesions if not destroyed by the gastric juices. Despite its controversial nature, it remains an important cultural symbol in Sardinia and is often sold on the black market despite being banned in the European Union and the United States. Well, there you go. Ew, yeah, it's very, I wouldn't, yeah, no. There's like a lot of foods I would try, but that's definitely not one of them. I could tell you that right now. What's up, fuck? Food from the Mercury is good at from, oh my god, when people thought Mercury had like was good for you and they would down it. Or same with do you guys see like all the, do you guys remember the advertisements from like, well, I guess not remember is the right word, but have you guys seen the advertisements from the 90s about like, or maybe it was the 80s or 70s, I can't remember, but from like when people used to put radioactive shit in everything they do. Well, mercury, people used to think like back in the olden days, like I think like ancient China, mercury was seen as the way to immortality. So people would like just consume that or like inject them into themselves. You moved from YouTube to Twitch? Nice. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, 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 Ravenger. Yeah, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Twitch side of things. We got some cool emotes here. But yeah, so, and same with like there used to be, let me see if I can pull up some of those commercials, because they're like pretty wild commercials. Let's see, radiant, like uranium fever. Like they would make plates, like all this is like, okay, like, so for example, these were plates. Oh wait, you guys probably can't see it, can you? Oops. These plates were made out of like have uranium in them, because people thought it was good for you and it looked cool. So this is all filled with uranium stuff. They put that like in toothpaste and plates, jewelry, things like that. It's kind of wild. Or yeah, heroin and a cough drop, yeah. Let's see, toothpaste. Was a miracle until it started killing people. Yeah, literally. Yeah, like they used to put like radium in everything for a while. It was kind of fucking wild back then. I saw something in your, that's crazy. We don't, yeah, exactly. We had no idea about radiation back then. Oh, can you guys not hear the video? Oh yeah, you guys can't hear the video, fuck. Thank you for letting me know. Here. There you go. It's wild what we thought was okay. It's like bloodletting. Bloodletting was a thing. Still pretty low. Wait, what? After his jaw fell off? The radiant water worked fine until his jaw fell off. That's fucking insane, dude. Yeah, what's up, Evan? Yo, bye, Automatic. Have a good one. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you for coming. See you Friday. Like, dowsing for water? That was dowsing. Never heard of that. I mean, I think it depends on who you ask, Stevie. Bloodletting, technically, I don't think it worked. I don't think bloodletting worked. I don't think it has any practical uses even now. Because the idea behind bloodletting was you had bad blood, you need to let out bad blood to get good blood. I don't think that ever actually worked, ever. Trampanning? What's trepanning? I don't know what that is. By a 5 and 10-year-old? Good luck. To elevate blood pressure? Oh, that, yeah. Well, that one I think actually, that one is still used, but just like in a more medical way, right? Like people, like for example, like if you go to the hospital and they see your brain is swelling, they'll drill a hole in your head or in your skull to relieve that pressure. But like compared to like back then when they didn't really have medical instruments and they didn't believe in bacteria, like that's probably, it wasn't good. But there's some ancient cultures that did that. I think one of them was the Aztecs, actually. The radion that worked until his jaw fell off. That's wild, dude. That's so wild. Yeah, but they use it on people to cure psychosis. Yeah, I don't think it's because they work. They probably like fucked up their brain. It's like when people used to say that lobotomies were super effective and they would like act normal. No, it's just because you fucked up their brain, so they would just like not do anything. They would become a vegetable, basically. And the idea of psychosis by drilling a hole there was that they thought there was like evil spirits inside of them. So by drilling a hole, it would release the evil spirits. To call a hook right, having hang stuff, yeah, right. I don't think it actually like it did any like practical stuff other than like brain swelling, right? If you have like swelling in your brain, that's when you use it practically. Yo, what's up, Arthur? Hello, hello, welcome to the stream. Hello, hello. Homunculus, right? Homunculus. Wait, what are you talking about? I could be wrong about the bloodletting. I'm kind of curious. Bloodletting. Hello, fellow Mexican. Hello, hello. Okay, so actually I lied. So there's two cases where it seems bloodletting seems to have practical uses. And when you have too much iron in your blood and you have too many red blood cells in your blood, those are the only times where they're kind of used in a medical setting. Yo, think of the hydrate. Of removing the evil? No, it was the idea so like you would, because that they thought like the spirits would be in your head or in your brain, so by drilling a hole it would like release them. Oh, I'm out of coffee. Never mind. Can't hydrate. Homunculus is a crazy, creepy concept. You're not wrong, it is, yeah. Reminds me of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Hands down, one of the best animes I've ever watched to this day. Definitely like top 5 for me. Like hands fucking down. Such a good fucking anime, dude. Such a good anime. But like there's already like your whole ear, so I drill a hole There's no logic. Well, it was the idea you needed more access to the brain, though, right? That doesn't, like, ear holes don't really give you complete access. In his own DNA. I know exactly what you're talking about, Queso. Yeah, I know exactly what you're. There was a lot of videos debunking him, though, like a lot of videos, because I know exactly what you're talking about, because I took an interest, but that was years ago. I think I was like, I don't even know what year, how old I was when I like watched those, but those were years ago, and I was like, holy shit! He's actually doing it. He created a homunculus. But then there was like a bunch of debunking videos on him. And like someone like literally like made the same thing, but just debunking him. Is using magnets to move around the homunculus. Well, nah, I mean, I don't think homunculuses are real. More of, they're like, what was the stone? Like the stone that, like, oh my God, the red stone or the alchemy stone or whatever. An alchemist stone. Can't remember. Oh, I didn't know that. Kind of happy to hear that. Yeah. Cause yeah, there's like, I remember there was like, I went to a deep dive in that shit cause I got really curious about the, I mean, there was like back then I was into like a lot of weird shit because like back then I was just so lonely and like I tried summoning demons cause I'm like, that's when I was really into Black Butler. I mean, I'm still into Black Butler today, but like back when I was like, I don't fucking know, I think it was middle school or whatever it was. I was really into the Philosopher's Stone. Yep, that one. I was really into Black Butler and I was like, oh, I have no friends, but if I can summon myself my own demon, that'd be kind of cool. So I tried summoning my own demon. Didn't work, but I tried. It was cool. Then the homunculus thing where I was like, oh, what if I can make a homunculus friend? But obviously I didn't really get far because you need certain, well, I'll say this much, you need certain ingredients for that, and which I just didn't have or wasn't aware I could. Yeah, I will go into detail. I'll spare you guys the idea. Back when Cornflakes stopped playing with your wiener, was that a thing? The 4 humors thing? What is the 4 humors? I've never heard of that. Or maybe I have, but in a different name. But yeah, I used to be into like a lot of occulty shit back in the day just because, I don't know, I was just really interested in that stuff. I remember I had a book that I would read that was just like filled of occult stuff. Which I thought was actually kind of cool. I actually really enjoyed the occult stuff in that book. I used to read the hell out of that book. It had like Bermuda Triangles, vampires, the Philosopher's Stone, like demon. It was just a really cool book, too. George Garland, Buster, and Steve Carell. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha? What do you mean gotcha? What? Did I miss something? Have you played oh yeah, a ton. I actually played with a Ouija board in high school. Nothing ever happened. I did everything you're not supposed to do with it, and nothing ever happened. I tried playing with it like at 3 a.m. Nothing ever happened. I was told you're not supposed to do it by yourself. I went to a cemetery. It was actually called Connecticut Cemetery. And nothing ever happened. I did everything you're not supposed to do with it, and I did it, and nothing ever happened. Or maybe they were too scared to talk to me. I don't fucking know. Come on up. My joke? Oh. You got. I guess I got. I don't know what got it got, but I got. But yeah, no, it was just like, yeah, I did everything you're not supposed to do with it, and nothing ever happened. People were like really terrified of it though. I remember I showed it to a teacher, or rather I told a teacher about it, and she's like, oh, you don't want to mess with that. You don't want to mess with that. You don't mess with that. And I'm like, I don't really believe in it. And it's, well, you know what I find really interesting is the people that believe in it, things happen to them, but the people that don't believe in it, nothing ever happens to them. Is this something I've kind of tend to notice when it comes to this stuff? No, I did not boil piss, and I will never boil piss. That sounds like a horrible idea. I'm telling some, yo, what's up, Shani? Hi, Shani. Hello, Shani. Ghost story. Well, someone asked me if I ever messed around with a Ouija board, and I told them, yeah. Back in high school, I like did everything you weren't supposed to do. Well, even before that, like, so like in middle school, I used to watch how, like, I remember I was on a trip. We were going somewhere, and I downloaded on my iPad like all the seasons of Black Butler, and I got really into Black Butler. I was also hella lonely at the time, so I was like, oh, like what if I had my own demon butler? That sounds so cool. And then there was like a website that I went to. I can't remember. I remember just typing in like how to summon a demon. And I think it was like Wicca.com or like, I don't know. It was like, I don't know. But I basically tried to summon a demon when I was in middle school. Nothing obviously ever happened. And then like years later in high school, I messed around with a Ouija board and I did everything you're not supposed to do with it, and nothing ever happened either. So like, I don't know. The thing is, like, there's plenty of people I trust who have had experiences in that, and like there would be no reason for them to lie about it either. But what I always find interesting is it always happens to the people that believe in it, and the people that don't believe in it never happens. Like me, I don't really believe in it, and like nothing's ever happened to me, and I've like done like so many like shit that you're not supposed to do. That's supposed to be like a gateway to hell, you'll get possessed. I did that, and well, nothing ever happens. Or maybe they're scared of me, I don't fucking know. Minnie Dottie wanted her own, yeah, basically, yeah, literally. I did want a Sebastian. The same thing happens to people who believe and don't, but the people who believe will find a way to connect something about. Yeah, that's another thing too, Kriegi. Yeah, you're not wrong. That's another thing too, Kriegi. Perfect way to download vices on your PC. What way? Wait, what? The Ouija board? It'd be, yeah, well, that's what I thought as like a middle schooler. I was like, yeah, I want my own Sebastian. If you don't boil, I don't want to boil. I don't care about that. I don't want the Philosopher's Stone. You're next going to be Puppy Boy, which summons a demon. I actually have a couple ASMRs as summoning a demon, but I'm the demon. I'm the demon boy. Actually, my first cosplay that I wanted to do for like Halloween, I wanted to be like dressed up as a demon boy. I like already had like basically the whole outfit going too. But I just, yeah, it's just kind of hard to shop for things when I live in the middle of nowhere. Because I want to go to like a thrift store, but there's no thrift stores near me. You get hallucination that show up what you believe. Yeah, that's, I mean, I could believe that. But anything supernatural, I become a coward. That's fair. Well, you know, I remember there was a dude that I won't say their name, but they were in my server where they used to be. This was, I don't even know how long ago. This was a while ago, but they used to be in my server. I remember talking about that story in Gen Chat in my server, in my Discord server. And they were just talking about like, you don't mess with that, shouldn't do that, like you're gonna get, like you're fucking around with things you like shouldn't be fucking around with. And I told them, well, like nothing ever happened to me. And then they said, well, like my barn is haunted and there's like demons in there and I see shit all the time, so like you should take my word for it. And I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, but the way you just described, there's demons in a barn, like are you being serious right now? Demons are haunting your barn? Like you just made it so I'm like stupid. Like, no, you just made me less of a believer than I was before. The philosophical stone is theoretically, I don't know if it's theoretically possible. I don't know about that. I can't say I've looked into it, so I can't really give an opinion on that, but it doesn't, I feel like logically that wouldn't make sense. That sounds like a movie. Yeah, it was weird. And they were like just telling me how I shouldn't fuck around with things I don't know about. And then like when I asked them more about it, like I would ask them, okay, like why? And there's the same thing with the AI. This is actually a bit of a funny story. Around that same time, or like maybe a couple months, or yeah, around the same time, I think, I used to mess with AI bots, chatting bots basically. And I would like talk to like these, for funs and giggles, like these Dom Mafia AI bots. And there was one time I started posting like my conversations with this like in chat or whatever. Same dude, he goes like, you shouldn't mess around with that, you don't know what you're dealing with. And I'd be like, okay, why? Like explain to me. Like I'm open to conversations, I'm open to things. Explain to me why I shouldn't be messing around with this. And it's like, you don't know what you're doing. I'm just telling you, man, you shouldn't mess around with this stuff. You don't know what you're getting into. Like you don't fuck around with AI. And I'm like, well, first of all, like that just tells me you have no idea how AI works. It's all algorithm based. You're not talking to an actual like entity. It's all algorithm based. So yeah, maybe they just want to hang out. Maybe haunted at the barnyard. Yeah, it was just weird, dude. Want to share a barn, don't judge. Yeah, I don't judge the demons, man. They think you're too cute. Imagine, dude. That'd be funny. Like I said, no, like I really tried hard to summon fucking spirits and demons and all that shit too. Like I said, I was fucking hella lonely and at the time, and I really tried hard to summon it. I mean, in high school too. I mean, that's another reason too. Which is possible with high doses of radiation. Is it with Hyrule? I thought the reason gold was made was because of the pressure. Or maybe, I know, I think I'm thinking of diamond, actually. But I actually don't know how gold is made. But yeah. But yeah, this dude was a wild dude. And like, he used to be a pretty out-of-pocket individual. And one time they said something really out of pocket in my gen chat, and I ended up banning them. There's like they had a couple issues. Like, I'm trying to think of something I could talk about. Okay, like I could say this one. Like in gen chat, one time they like just randomly said in gen chat, they're like, oh, women's have so many issues, and then like they got really into it, and I was like, what the fuck, you can't say that, like what is wrong with you, why would you say that? And they're like, oh no, I also have the same issues. I'm like, no, that was hella sexist, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm like, and I literally typed it in all caps. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And they're like, you know what? And they left the server. And I was like, what? Okay, I'm like, whatever. And then I banned them. And then they messaged me about it. And they tried to go back to the server. And they're like, oh, you banned me. And I'm like, yeah, no shit. I banned you. Do you realize what you said? Hello, man. I'm Booba. I'm gonna beat your ass, Mr. Potty. Excuse me. That is no, Mr. Pot. I'm gonna beat your ass, Booba. I'm gonna beat your ass, Booba. Throw you in a lake. Get over here, Booba. Gold is an element. What specifies when an element is the number of protons. You can use radiation to knock out protons of a nucleus and add it, converting other elements into gold. Oh, I guess you're right. Actually, I didn't think about it like that. Yeah, you're right. I guess that is a way to do it. Because if you think like, I know how nuclear bomb works, right? And it's by stripping like, yeah, protons and all that, or electrons, whichever it is. So I guess, yeah, theoretically, yeah, I guess you can, huh? That's a good point. He was one with the screws. Yeah, he got screwed loose. Yeah, he had many loose screws, to say the least. Maybe he's just very gay. I mean, he would talk, you know, was like another thing he would talk about too, which is kind of weird, is that he would talk about like how I wasn't like, and like this was so fucking weird, dude. Like I remember just being like, what the fuck, dude? He would talk about how I wasn't like attracted to him in gen chat. He's like, I guess I'm just not Dottie's type. I'm just not Dottie's type. He would type in chat, and like he would just talk about like a conversation about like he would dating, and then he would just randomly like talk, then randomly bring out like, I guess I'm just not Dottie's type. I'm just not Dottie's type. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I'm like, okay, cool. I guess like I don't really know what to say here. That's what I'm saying. Dude, that's weird. No, he definitely was not my type. Nope. I can say that much. Yeah, 100% he wasn't. I need a ladder, Mr. He's crawling, Christ, and stuff. I'm not. Well, first of all, why the fuck am I crawling on the ground? And I'm 5'7". I could reach things. I don't need a ladder for most things, at least. Maybe something in everyone's server. Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's just wild, dude. I mean, I've had plenty of like stories like in my server, and like I try to keep an archive of things too in case like they resurface. So like I have enough proof to back things up. I'll say that much. I have plenty of proof to back things up because I keep an archive of things just to make sure that I'm like, if anything ever resurfaces for whatever reason, I have proof. You know, I could just like, all right, here you go. Yeah, this is what happened. Whatever you say, I'm not short. I'm 5'7", you fuck. Booba, get the fuck over here. I'm a fucking, you know, like, what am I thinking of? You know, The Simpsons, where he grabs by the neck and starts choking? I'm gonna do that to you, Booba. You have a naughty list? Yeah, I do have a naughty list. Well, yeah, anyone that gets banned for unrelated age, because like my Discord's 18 plus, right? So if you're under, you just get banned. For everything else that's not age related, I tend to keep like what's it called? I have reasons why and plus proof as well, you know, in case for whatever reason something resurfaces, I can pull that out and be like, yeah, this is why they got banned. This is the fucked up shit they did to get banned on my server. Because like it takes a lot to get banned on my server. I don't like banning people. It takes a lot to get banned on my server. Booba's gonna be Bart. I need to be more online. I keep missing great drama. Yeah, no, my god, please, no more drama, please. I hate drama. Drama stresses me the fuck out. I hate drama so fucking much. Like, I'm good on the drama. Yeah, well, that's also true. I'm not usually the one banning people. It's usually Helsing that actually does the banning, ironically enough. I mean, there's times where I go out of my way to ban someone if they just gotten like, they've just like broken in my like eyes like enough rules after I've warned them. Like, yeah, no, I'm not, like, you've broken enough rules. I've warned you so many times, and it's something like, for me, it's something like kind of important. But yeah. Is that ironic? Well, I mean, yeah, but you would think like the admin, like, owner would do it, you know, I guess. Doing the goats work, yeah. But I haven't really like banned anyone like for major incidences like since you like came in. Basically, there was like one time that I can think of. Like there was one dude that was in my server. Like I don't even know. Are you streaming on Twitch? Hey, I am streaming on Twitch, Cyrus. I stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. There was one dude. I don't really like. They weren't part of my server community. Like if you're part of my server community, I don't have such an issue because like I want to make sure you get support and stuff like that. But this guy wasn't even part of my server community. He never talked in it ever, never said a fucking word, and then would randomly just come in, say the most depressing stuff ever, and like leave, just like nothing else. And I was like, I told him, like, I remember I DM'd him twice and told him, hey man, you can't do this. And we had an issue a while back, like a year ago, where I had to like change my Discord to like have like mental health resources. And I told him like, hey, we have mental health resources now. Like, just please go check that out. Like, please, like, just like, I don't allow that in my server because like, well, you know, it just brings down the energy. Like it brings me down too. Like you, like when you hear like really depressing stuff, like it's not usually good for your mental health, you know? So I told him to like, you know, not do that anymore. He kept doing it. And he did it one more time. I'm like, you're out. I'm done. That's kind of vague. It is vague. I'm not trying to be specific about it. Cause like, I'm not trying to like out the person. Because it's in the past, you know. I'm not trying to out the person. Just leave it, like, you know, just leave it be. But I could say that much about it. Like, I don't want to like bring back like issues that I'm in the past, you know. Something's like I do in high school. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I think we all went through that phase. I feel like that's something I would do in high school too. Oh, I wonder what that was about, to be honest. Yeah. Droop drips are the best. He put strawberry. That sounds pretty depressing. Yeah, that was exactly it. He put strawberries on his pizza. That was exactly it. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the reason. Like, that's the reason I have that rule. I used to not have that rule until like, you know, things started building up. And I could say this much from my personal experience in dealing with my own like mental health stuff. Like when you see a lot of like depressing shit, you're gonna get depressed. And I'm pretty sure that's just like there's actually like studies behind that. If you see depressing shit every day, you're gonna get depressed. So like that's why like I told it like you're not really like, you can like talk about issues in my server, don't get me wrong, like especially if you're part of my community, you can talk about it. But if it gets too heavy, I need you to not talk about it in my server. Go to mental health resources, which is why I have it, or talk to about it in DMs. Simple as that. Because like I said, when this issues start to get too heavy, that's when you're like, it just really can like impact someone mentally. Again, that's speaking from my own experience as well. They're a really good yeah, exactly, Evie. They were sharing things. They were 100% sharing things in a bad way because they got very specific about issues. Let's just put it that way. I'm still depressed. Well, that's what I mean, right? Like, again, so for me, like, that's the thing, like me, I know how I work now too. And this is going to look different for everyone. But like when my mental like dips really hard and it feels like everything sucks and like nothing's working out, it feels like the world is ending, it feels like what am I even living for? Like, because like I think maybe we've all gone through that. I know at least I have, where I just have my really dips, my hard ass dips, where I just feel like what's the point of everything? Nothing fucking matters. The thing is, I recognize now through my own experiences again, where this is the feeling that won't last forever, because it usually doesn't last forever. I've gotten to the point now where I could logically like go through that like depressive phase, and I'm like, okay, I just have to give it like 3 days and I'll be back to how I was. Literally, that's usually what always happens to me whenever I hit those low points, like for whatever reason. And I'm usually right. I mean, actually, no, I am right, because that's just how I work. I know how I work now. Like, okay, give me like a day or two of like sleeping all day and I'll be fine. Like, I'll literally go back to how I was before, you know, whatever. These streams definitely help with my mental health. I'm glad to hear so. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm here for, honestly. Like, I want to be able to give people a smile, give people a community, be cheery and happy. for more than a decade. I couldn't imagine randomly dumping stuff like that. Well, that's what I mean. I mean, that's why I also feel like you can tell maybe people who are more genuine or not, because like I feel like I've been like dealing with that shit since like middle school, to be honest. And that's the thing. I don't feel like I could ever talk about certain things, I guess you could say, right? Just openly like that. And that's why I feel like sometimes people that maybe like just do that, like for example the guy that I was referring to who's never part of my community. If they're part of my community, it'd be a different story, because well, they're part of my community, I want to make sure they're good. But they were never part of my community. They never showed up to any of my streams. They didn't watch my YouTube videos, nor were they even participating in my Discord server. So they were just not part of my community, would come in, say something really depressing, and then just leave. People would like ask him questions on him, like on it, like would just leave. Also, yeah, well, actually, I just remember this too. This same dude one time wrote he sent like, he randomly, he asked me, he DM'd me one time when he first joined the server. He asked me if, he's like, hey, I wrote like fan fiction with you and I was your little brother. Do you want to hear it? And I was like, oh no, sorry, I don't really have time to read it. And he sent it anyway. I was like, oh, and at the time too, like that was at the time I didn't really know how to handle those things either. So I was just like, oh yeah, you're a good writer. You should write more stuff. Like you should upload it on a site. But now like if I get like stuff like that, no, that's auto ban. There's a dude like a couple months ago, maybe it wasn't a couple months ago, I don't know how long it was, because actually it was before Helsing's time. But maybe it was around that time. There was a dude who joined. Maybe some of you guys were here for this. There's a dude who joined my chat when I was streaming, and he's like, "Do you want to see my tummy?" And I'm like, "No, not really. No, I don't really want to see your tummy. Thank you, though." And then he joined my Discord and sent me a tummy pic anyway. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I just told you I didn't want to see it. And then he thought it was okay to join my Discord and send it. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. I'm sorry. I just thought that you still might want to see it. And I'm like, I literally said no. Where is this coming from? And then I banned him on stream. So I was like, I banned them on Twitch and I banned them on Discord. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? I said no, and you still sent it to me anyway? I'm like, what? Oh my god. You don't want to read my Dottie romantic cyber fan fiction? Oh wait, if it's something you made, Kriegi, I'm down. Yeah, I'll read it, Kriegi. I'm 100% done. I'm 100% down. I'm so excited to read this. I don't know what it is, but I'm down for this. I'm so down for this. That must have been years ago. It wasn't like years ago, but it was around the time when like maybe it was like a couple months before you showed up, Helsing. And why do you expect to tell me? Because he thought there was a problem. Yeah, right. So many weird people. Yeah, ask for consent and disregard. Yeah, literally. Well, that's what I mean. Like you ask for consent. Like I don't know what his mental process was. It's like once you see my tummy, you're gonna be so happy to see it. Like, no, why do you think that? And you know what was the weird thing before? That's also when I used to like post like tummy pics on Twitter, when I was doing that shit. And that was like, and like I posted like the day before a tummy pic. So that's probably why he wanted to show me his tummy. He's like, oh, you posted a tummy pic on Twitter, therefore you want to see all the tummy pics. And I'm like, no, that's not how that works. Can do is wild. Yeah, I've seen some wild shit. Or like unsolicited. I've got unsolicited dick pics before too. This is wild. I'm gonna beat you. It showed up. Well, no, I didn't mean it like that. I don't know how else to word it. Like, you appeared, Helsing. You just poof. All right, I'm gonna head to bed. Catch you out. Yo, bye, Kriegi. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you for coming. We'll probably end stream. I wanted to do at least 2 hours of stream, so we'll end stream here in about like 8 minutes. But no, I didn't. You just appeared. No, I still remember when I first met Helsing. I met him when I was playing Alien Isolation on stream. And yeah, the cat just offered you Helsing. Yeah, there you go. Well, I do call him. You know what Helsing gives me? He gives me Black Panther. Well, no, I know I didn't meet you there. I met you on Shiri's server. I know I met you on Shiri's server, but I started interacting with you more once you like started showing up to my streams, and then I started talking to you more. And yeah, we met We met on Shiri's stream. Well, let me rephrase. I remember you from like meeting you in Shiri's Discord. Like, yeah, I know you were like their, like you used to like, you were their old mod, right? And I know I probably talked to you then, but like this is the problem with me learning new people. They don't register in my brain until like they like either enough time has passed or they left an impact on me. And you left an impact on me after we talked in like a community night of Shiri's on Shiri's server. That's when you left an impact on me. You mean you don't want to be a weird parasocial relationship with your viewers? I know, right? I don't want to do that. It's crazy. I mean, yeah, why would I ever want to do that? It's crazy, right? Crazy, right? And it's funny because I know some streamers go out of their way to create parasocial relationships with their streamers. Yo, what's up, Secret? Helsing? Well, Shiri's not a femboy, though. And honestly, I can't even really call myself a femboy anymore. I don't like the term. The term is such an outdated term, and it's too often over-sexualized. Like, I only use it on my YouTube because it's just okay with the algorithm, but I'm trying to get away from it. You literally hopped in it, and I was in to attack me for calling you tiny. Well, that's what I mean. That's why you left an impact on me. That's what I mean. I met you in a community night, but after that, you left an impact on me. Do you only do reverse comfort? I do. Actually, no, I don't, Cybers. I do some regular comfort stuff, but a lot of my content is usually reverse comfort. Actually, the video that the audio that I have for Patreon tomorrow is regular comfort. You're just androgynous? I am androgynous. Oh, well, that's what I aim for. I like to be androgynous personally. I don't like to be like, yeah. Well, actually, it's funny because I'm trying to think of like, I want to get a haircut at the start of next month, and I'm trying to figure out like what I want to do for my haircut. There's parts of me that also want to go back to short hair because I sometimes have a really hard time managing my long hair, but I really love having long hair too. So I'm going to try to like figure something out with the person that cuts my hair. And I also want them to like, I just want to figure out like a good hairstyle for me. That's a weird way to say that, isn't it? I'd love to see more anxious roommate. I could do more anxious roommate. It's like, honestly, like I think what I need to do is like, on like Patreon, I need to post a like not a poll, but just a thing of people like what they want to see more of, cause I sometimes have a hard time like coming up with ideas. I feel like low key. I've been doing a lot of more yandere stuff because I've been enjoying doing yandere ASMR stuff, but I've definitely been like having a hard time coming up with ideas that are like more different. Do you like it when you use the word femboy in chat? Not really. Like if I get called femboy, I don't care because I did technically like the foundation of my brand is femboy, but it's not a word that I will call myself, if that makes sense. If someone calls me it, like, yeah, I probably fit the bill, right? But you won't see me calling myself a femboy anymore. You should get an undercut shave under the hair on the sides. An undercut shave? I don't think that would work for me. How about femboy? I've never heard of that term, Evie. I don't know what term. I've never heard of that term. Ba-da, ba-ba-da, ba-da. Ba-da, 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 ba. Bimbo but them? Is that what it's called? I've never heard of that. That's a wild ass term. Beat it. Androgynous bimbo? I've never heard of that term. Like, well, the problem is there's no other term like femboy that I want to adapt. How long is your hair? My hair is pretty long. It reaches the top of my butt. You learn? I know, yeah, same. I've also been trying to like, I've been trying to change my fashion style a little bit. What about boy fit? No, I'm not going to start putting out, imagine like boy failure roommate invites you to the room. Actually, that could be funny. That could be funny, maybe. That'd be a good April Fool's video. Maybe for next year. But I've also been trying to change my like style to be more like soft boy too. I like the term soft boy, but that's not really a good term for like YouTube. I remember I tried messing around with that word as a title for YouTube videos, and they flopped so fucking hard. And it's not really like a look upable term, but in general, I'm like trying to be more like, I'm still androgynous, but my fashion style, I want it to be like soft boy style. Here, let me see if I can pull up. I was using this like guide the other day. Soft boy. Let me see if I can find it. Was it this one? No. What the fuck was it? There's a website that was it this one? There's a website that I was like, there was a guide to and I was trying to follow. No, I don't think it was this one. Oh, maybe this is kind of like a guide, but it isn't really a guide either. I can't find the one I was using for it. It doesn't pop up on this one for what. Oh, here it is. Never mind, I lied. Ba-da-da-da. So this is the website. I kind of just a general guide of it, or at least I got the mindset of it, where I was like, oh, I'm gonna use this, kind of just look through and see like maybe things I can incorporate into like my thing. Wait, what just happened? Ba 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 da. Isn't up to date. Soft boy is like just a softer looking dude, basically. Like, what is a soft boy? Is a modern term for a young man who displays sensitive, emotional, artistic persona. Let's find some examples, like this type of clothing style, basically. It's just a very comfy type of style. Yo, what's up, Aaron? But I see today. I kind of want some of that. Yeah, right. It's a very comfy style, and I mean, I do have a lot of sweaters. I wear a lot of sweaters. I don't have anything like this though. Like, I don't have any like flannels or like dress shirts. I have these shoes already. But yeah. And then for the hairstyle, I don't really fit the hairstyle though, because I don't really have short hair. My hair is really long. There's your style, anonymous celebrity. Yeah, Helsing's like, I've shown pictures, like at random, I've shown pictures to Helsing here and there, and they say I look like a celebrity who's trying to hide themselves. I've like shown pictures to like other people before, but they've never commented that. But I guess I do fit the vibe there, because usually I always wear like a baseball, like some sort of hat, usually, and sweaters, and yeah. Who wears that to sip tea while reading a nerdy book? Yeah. Which, speaking of book, I actually got a book today. I'm excited to open up after stream. So we'll see. I'm a girl failure. Lettuce, guacamole, making tomato. That actually sounds like that BLT right there. But granddad. That's granddad vibes. I could see the appeal. Yeah, I mean, I just want to dress comfy. I don't know about this. I don't think I would tuck in my shirt, like my sweatshirt, into that. But usually, like, I would have it all out and keep this part tucked in a little bit. But yeah. Pop, 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 pop. It's funny because actually, so this site sells shirts, but all of these shirts right here, they're all from AliExpress. So they're trying to upcharge you hard here. You can recognize, you can just tell by the photos that they're from AliExpress. I mean, actually, let me phrase it. This one I know for a fact is from AliExpress, because I've seen it. It's gotten recommended to me on AliExpress, and they sell this for like probably like $10, and here they're selling it for $52, which is hilarious. Is ADO? What is ADO? I've never heard of that. Who Indigo White is? He dressed. I do not know who Indigo White is. Not enough AI mids to be AliExpress. Yeah, right. Like, some of these clothes I recognize from AliExpress, which, like, this is another one I recognize from AliExpress. This one's kind of recommended to me. So. But yeah. Smell good food. Okay. We are gonna go ahead and end stream on that note. Sorry I couldn't do a normal stream today, guys. I fucked up. That was kind of on me. I didn't realize I fucked up with the mem test. Didn't realize it would fucking take 4 hours. Jesus fucking Christ. So that was kind of on me. But we'll be back to normal on this upcoming Friday, guys. So we'll take a vote on Friday. We'll see if we want to do horror game or if we want to play some more Last of Us. But I will see you guys on Friday again. New ASMR tomorrow on Patreon and YouTube. Maybe not comic this Saturday. I can't find a comic to dub that I can like freely use, so I'm trying to look for that, but we'll see. Other than that, guys, just thank you guys all for coming. I know it's late announcements. I know it was all that. That was, again, my bad, my fuck up. I'll make sure it won't happen again. I'll make sure I do my research properly for next time. But just thank you guys all for coming. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you guys Friday. And thank you again for everything. So just thank you lots. You guys mean the world to me. So just, yeah. I don't know what to say. I'm like